पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We were seeing in the morning class that this particular Brahman, in the second chapter, there are 6 Brahman. Among the 6, the first 3 Brahman are on Apavad portion. And 4th Brahman is on Vidya Sutra, Vyakhya, commentary on Vidya Sutra. So we will see what is there said in the first Brahman. So in the first Brahman, it starts with the Akhyayika or a story. Just one point, story is meant to illustrate the point. Don't be caught up with the stories and the characters in that. So there is one Dript Balaki, and he was approached by one Brahmin whose name was Gargyaha. So this Gargyaha approached Balaki and tried to tell him that may I give you the knowledge of the Brahman. So Dripta Balaki has been given. Why? Dript itself means that he didn't have knowledge. Dripta word itself indicates that he didn't have knowledge. The biggest sign of Agyan is Ahankar only. If a person has Agyan, he will definitely have Ahankar. It is a sign of Agyan that Ahankar is there. Supposing you say that he is having a pride, itself means he is very ignorant in his life on various aspects, even Vyavaharik Jagat also. Forget about the Atma Gyan. If somebody has a pride, itself means he has not taken many aspects in his calculation. Supposing somebody says that I am a good doctor or a good person or a good engineer, and pride means he has excluded himself from others and thought himself to be better than others. Itself means that this person has not thought properly that who made him doctor. There are series of situations, series of persons. Lot of things are required that made one person what he is today. And because he has not thought over all that, and therefore the pride is the result of non-thinking properly. And the fruit of pride is being frequently hurt, sad, and ultimately this person will be isolated from other persons. Pride, don't think it is a easy thing. the fruit will be, this person will be slowly left by all others, including the very dearest one also. So this went to, Gargya went to this Ajatashatru, and Ajatashatru welcomed him because he said, Brahmate Brahmani iti, may I talk about Brahma? And then he was happy because the name of Janak only was going that he gives Brahma, he hears Brahma or he gives Dan, etc. People were running after him for knowledge and for Dan. Those who wanted Dan also, those who wanted to hear also, they also used to run. And those who wanted Dan, they also used to run after Janak. Janak Janaka iti vai janaha dhavanti iti. So he said, now I am giving you so that people should not think that Janak is the only one. So you are also the giver of knowledge, and I am also the Shrota, and I am also the one who is giving the Dan. Now he said, okay, Gargya, now you start your talk. You now continue, let me know what you have to say. And Gargya starts his pravachan from second mantra. So, problem was that Gargya, not that he was not knowing, he knew only about the Hiranyagarbha Upasana. He knew up to the Hiranyagarbha Upasana. That is called the Sopadik Brahma Upasana, he knew. Beyond the Hiranyagarbha, he did not know that there is a higher Brahma. So his ignorance was not, he was not lying, but he did not know more than that. And he thought this much only exists. He only thought that other than Hiranyagarbha, nothing more is there. So he was not lying intentionally, but out of ignorance he said that statement. There are two statements, either you lie and then say, and you say out of ignorance. So he was not lying, but out of ignorance he said that I know everything. So he was only adept up till Hiranyagarbha Upasana. So beyond the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, the Nirguna Brahma, Nirupadik Brahma, he did not know. Whereas Ajatashatru, who was there, he knew Saguna Brahma Upasana also, Nirguna Brahma also. Now when he said, okay, you start your description about that Brahman which you know, he started that. But when he started that, Ajatashatru said, I already know it. And not only this, rather I will add also to what you are saying. What you are saying about Hiranyagarbha Upasana, because Nirguna Upasana is not possible unless you have done sufficient Saguna Upasana. He said, okay, I am adding to your words. And this way, anything which he said, Gargya, Ajatashatru said, this I know, but I will add something more. And this continued from the second mantra to 13th mantra. हम बताओ अब क्या करें? There was a great person called Swami Ram Tirth of Punjab. He was a professor in mathematics. But as a student, I think 11th, 12th class or graduation, once he was asked a question, out of 13, 14 questions, it was written, answer any 7 questions. So he attempted all 14 in that limited time. He was so brilliant. And he wrote, please check any 7 answers. So, sometimes our students are very brilliant. Now the examiner, what to do, which one to check. So here also he was quite ahead. Sagunupasana Hiranyagarbha. So after that mantra, after 13th mantra I think, this Ajatashatru asked, okay, you are telling about Hiranyagarbha, but do you know something more also, or you will tell about Hiranyagarbha only? Because that is not the absolute Brahman. So Garak said, sorry, I don't know more about that. So he put his head in shame. He said, I underestimated you and I overestimated myself. So he accepted my defeat. I don't know more. With all grace I accept. And then he said, okay, let us now reverse the table. Now you become the teacher, I become the taught. And this is why this particular Brahman is called Ajatashatru Brahman. Because actual teacher is Ajatashatru. It started like that, but it took another turn. it took another twist rather. And then he will teach. Ajatashatru is going to teach about that this Hiranyagarbha which you are talking is not totally real, and now I am going to tell about that Brahman also. I am giving you the gist of what the future mantras are holding, so that you are ready. But Shruti has given all the mantras about Hiranyagarbha, Upasana. So Hiranyagarbha you have heard many times. This has been coming very frequently, and I have been explaining from very early days here. Hiranyagarbha, please understand, Hiranyagarbha means the one in whose antakaran, all antakaran is there. In whose antakaran, all antakaran is there, in whose knowledge, all knowledges are there. Like your body is there. Supposing your body is a Brahmand, supposing, and your hands, legs, all are various different devatas and lokas are there. So in your heart, the knowledge of everything is there. You have knowledge of hand also, knowledge of head also, knowledge of feet also, knowledge of ear also. So you have knowledge of all what is in you. And not only that, you can exhibit your desire through this. If you want to see, you can open your eyes. If you want to hear, you can turn your head. If you want to eat, you can eat something. So one who has, in whose knowledge all knowledges are there, in whose action all actions are there, and in whose desire all desires are there. I am the having desire of everything. I had mentioned about this big cosmos. I am repeating something. This big cosmos is also one body. And behind every gross body, there is a subtle body. Subtle body. Because no movement is possible unless mind is behind the gross thing. So that total subtle body, behind this big gross body, this is called Samashti Sthul Prapanch. Samashti Sthul Prapanch. Macrocosmic gross body. Macrocosmic gross body in whom all devatas are there, all powers are there, all thoughts are there, all knowledges are there. So there is nothing called that any knowledge. I have developed a knowledge. I strongly feel nobody can develop any knowledge. Only he has disciplined his mind in that particular area. He has made his mind more receptible in that particular area, the waves about that knowledge which is already there, that person has tuned himself to catch that waves. There is nothing called new knowledge, there is nothing called I have got a knowledge which was unprecedented. Okay? Because of that gross body which this whole world is, there is a very big subtle body also. There is a big subtle body. कोई बात नहीं, leave it, don't worry. He is coming. There is very big subtle body, and behind that, one who is the holder of that subtle body, like you have all the power. Mind is the one which makes you talk, mind is the one which makes you move, mind is the one which makes you think, mind is the one through which you move your feet. Similarly, it is because of the macrocosmic subtle body that movement is going on in the macrocosmic gross body called universe. Like your body is moving because of your subtle body. If subtle body leaves the gross body and death happens, the body won't move. Similarly, all activities in the body is because of the mind inside, which is forcing to talk, walk. Similarly, the big movement which is having in this macrocosmic gross body is because of the subtle body pervading it. And that holder of that subtle body is mentioned as the Hiranyagarbha. And therefore he, like you can move your hand at will, therefore he can move the ocean at will. He can move earth at will. He can move sun at will. Because sun is his eyes. He can move wind at will. Got my point? So imagine his power. So he need not do anything. Any little he can do and a storm can come. Little he can do and his earthquake, because that Hiranyagarbha is pervading all that which you are seeing. So he has all the Kriya Shakti. And as you have knowledge, similarly you have knowledge of one to subject, he has knowledge, all knowledge of all subject is in Hiranyagarbha. So Samashti Jnana Shakti, Samashti Kriya Shakti and Samashti Ichha Shakti. So who is endowed with all that, he is called Hiranyagarbha. Acha? He is called Hiranyagarbha. Acha, what do you mean by studying? Supposing you say, no, I am studying medical, or I am studying engineering, or I am studying management. What do you mean by that? Well, if studying is what do you mean? I am studying means I am studying. What else is meant by that? I feel what you call is studying. It is making your mind. Already the thoughts about that subject is there in a book. And when teacher teaches in the classroom, he is giving you the thought. So your mind is trained to have a groove of a certain kind of thought regarding that subject, so that your thinking regarding that subject can be facilitated. Because they create a groove in a particular manner in the mind for that particular thought, that groove starts having automatic the thought of Hiranyagarbha after that. Plus, one point. If the person is focusing on that thought, The ability to leave other subject and focus only on that subject is called devoted scientist. Therefore, studying doesn't make anybody lawyer, studying doesn't make engineer. Because he has to be devoted in that area. When devoted is there, he removes the attention from all other area. And he is just asking, as if he is asking about this topic, what is the thought? What is the thought? What is the thought? What is the thought? What is it? What is it? This question that he asks mentally, this catches the thought of the Hiranyagarbha. And one who brings out some thought which he had not heard or he had not read, then he is called a genius in that area. And this is what makes a good lawyer, a good doctor, a good scientist. What I have heard and read, I didn't catch that. But some thought you have to practice and you catch that thought now. This thought catching capacity is a genius in that area. Then they will say it was his original, you use such word. He composed it first. He's a great composer, he's a great poet, he's a great writer, he's a scientist. He discovered aeroplane. How did Wright brothers invent the aeroplane? They saw that birds are flying. Birds are flying. Then what happened? What happened? They went to aeronautical college? No. Then what happened? No. They thought, how shall we fly now? What machine can we make this so that it flies now? What machine can we make so that we flies now? The discovery, you use the word very nicely. One word is there I like. It struck me. Very real. You are dispossessing that I created it. Nobody says I created this thought. Generally people say it, I was quite puzzled and then it struck me. So it struck me that something came from other than yourself. They say discovery of matchbox was a striking success. So it struck me. I was just worrying how will it happen and it struck me. It struck to him that this is the way you can fly. But behind that, there was one devoted person who excluded all thoughts. And he had only one question: how can I fly? 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 How can I? How can I? When you exclude all other topics from your mind and you become focused on one topic, then you can catch that particular wave about that subject. I hope you are. So I hope you are clear about this Hiranyagarbha topic. बहुत important चीज है. Nobody can make a knowledge. Tell me why? Because if you say I have made a knowledge, that means before knowledge there was ignorance. So from ignorance knowledge doesn't come out. From ignorance you can't make a knowledge. From ignorance how can knowledge come out? This is totally opposite. So you can say no, that knowledge was hidden in some unmanifest and then it came to me. You use another word, it came, this knowledge, this occurred in me, this occurred to me. Okay, so any subject, even I'll tell you, in Bhagavad it comes, when Brahmaji was first born. तो क्या करें भाई, ब्रह्मा जी परेशान. He said, what to do? Now he said, who am I? What purpose I am? Who is here? Who is here? What to do? Who is here? What to do? This question was there whole day and night. Who am I? What to do? Who am I? What to do? Who am I? What to do here? What to do? Who am I? It is your groove inside that catches the flame. It is what for, well, my thoughts are not good, because you have made another groove. Then automatically that thought will occur to you. It is what you have trained your mind for, that you will start catching that thought. And that is called that this person is tuned in this area. He is tuned in mechanical engineering. He is tuned in computer science. He is tuned in literature. He is tuned in music. He is tuned in automobiles. He is tuned in rocket science. And that means after your tapasya, this is a tapasya. Focusing on your mind to get the thought constantly at the exclusion of all other thought. In Vedanta, this is called the austerity, because you are excluding all other thoughts. So I hope this is clear. So Hiranyagarbha is called Sarvagya. Okay. This is called Sampurna Gyan Shakti it has. Okay. Sure. So how much Gyan it has? It is infinite knowledge is there. You can't say he has fine. Acha, that Hiranyagarbha, if you want to give a shape, you can say Ganesh ji bhai, kya farak padta hai? Shiv ji bol do aap. And then you say all knowledges have come from Lord Shiva. Sangeet knowledge has come from Lord Shiva. Dance knowledge has come from Lord Shiva. All knowledges have come. Okay. अच्छा, एक तो ये हो गया ज्ञान वाला. अच्छा, he has all the powers also. I have been saying that no power belongs to Jeev, because this power is left. Power leaves you. Power is gifted by the prarabdha. If you say, no, I have a good prarabdha, that means he has good powers around him. Actually speaking, the people around you are powers only. Money is a power. Husband is a power. Wife is a power. They can take power and they can give power. Both they can do. Some are power. They take away my power. Somebody is troubling you, that means he is taking your power away. And somebody is very good to you, that means he is giving the power to you. Some are empowering, others are depowering. If this power is here, then there is a cosmic power collection of all power is there in the infinite form. That is the Hiranyagarbha. That is called Kriya Shakti. And because without desire nothing can be made, one who made this whole world, so kamayata. So one who made the world, that means his इच्छा शक्ति will be very big. हम लोग कितनी बड़ी इच्छा कर लेंगे भाई? How big can we desire? I want to make big house. How many rooms you want? अरे I want 10. बस इतना ही सोचोगे ना? कितना बड़ा सोच लोगे? कितनी बड़ी इच्छा कर सकते? How big can you desire? बोले I want to go around the world. How? I want to take a cruise. यही सोच लोगे ना? यही सोचोगे. बोले I want to go to the moon. This I don't think so. This you can do it. Neil Armstrong went. You know, when Neil Armstrong went, the American president, what was his name? What is it? No. Nixon was there. You know, when this Neil Armstrong and two more went. What was his name? Huh? One did not leave the rocket. He was inside that only. So he had prepared, Neil Armstrong, this Nixon had prepared the condolence speech of these people. Because there was a doubt whether they will come back or not. Quite a history is there. At that time, computer was not there. Imagine that time. Internet was not there. It was 1969. I think June 1969, 21st June, something like that. These people went to the moon. After that, nobody could. Now China is sending somebody. Manned express. India also wants to send. अब कितना बड़ा सोच लोगे? तुम क्या सोच लोगे? How big can you think? And the most you will think, I'll go in all countries. यही नहीं सोच पाओगे. In anything you cannot desire too much. हम लोग सोचते हैं बहुत, we cannot desire. बोले I will eat the whole food. You cannot desire of eating also. I will know all subjects. No, you can't know 1-2 subjects properly. I will by heart whole Gita or whole Upanishad or desire karo. You cannot desire much. One who can desire anything, so that he desired, let me make the whole cosmos, let me make big suns and moon. Because without the desire, no action can be done and no gross thing can be done. So Gyan Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, then Dravya Shakti comes up. In whose Antakaran, all knowledge is, all power, all desire is there, and he can express it, he is Hiranyagarba. And one who does the upasana of Hiranyagarba, Hiranyagarba is a consciousness, don't think it's something inert. What is the meaning of upasana of Hiranyagarba? What is the meaning of upasana of Hiranyagarba? Upasana of Hiranyagarba means that the microcosm is making the macrocosm aware that I am for you. I am for you. I am for you. And therefore infinite power of the macrocosm or Hiranyagarba starts saying, okay, what you want, I will fulfill your desire. I can fulfill any desire because I am the Desairadipati. I can have any desire and you can see what big is my desire. We can't make one hair. We can't make, one day one scientist sat with God. Scientist said, God, I can make anything. Science has progressed so much. God said, okay, make the pot from the mud. So he took the mud and he started making the pot out of it. Scientist. God said, hold on. First make your own mud. Number 1, make your own hand. Make your own eyes. Make your own brain. The place in which you are sitting, earth, make it. Sunlight which you are taking, make it. The breathing air that you are using, make it. The father, mother which gave birth to you, you make them. Who taught that this is called pot? First you should know by yourself. He said, sorry, God, I gave up. So one ये अभिमान का बहुत ज़्यादा स्टैंड नहीं है. What already we got and what already we are getting many things ready-made, out of that ready-made thing we are making very, very small things. उसमें बहुत दम नहीं अभिमान में. Therefore I say that whatever creation we make, million, billion times bigger creation God has made without effort. Now please get my point. Hiranyagarbha upasana. Hiranyagarbha upasana means that I the microcosmic I, not the Chaitanya I, not the pure consciousness I. That topic I am not talking of. The microcosmic I, the Jeev, who is endowed with limited powers. I cannot run too fast. I cannot hear everything. I cannot see everything. I can't think everything. कहाँ हम सोच पाते हैं? We can't focus on one subject for a long time. We get tired. Okay, I can't tolerate anybody's bad words. I'm so angry yesterday, I cannot tell you. Acha, I have no control on various things. Passion, I don't have control. Anger, I don't have control. Jealousy is there. So, in other words, this microcosmic has very limited, small, tiny powers. One who has the infinite power. Upasana means associating my identity with him. Namaha. I'm de-identifying from a small body and I'm identifying with your power, that I'm belonging to you. When I do it continuously and consciously, so that one who had the desire to make the world, he has the desire to give me more powers. यही हिरण्यगर्भ है. Whether it is a power of knowledge, power of, what is it called, power of activity, आप हमको और power दे दीजिए थोड़ा सा, और power of self control. I'm not able to control myself. I get very angry a lot. One person went to Uriya Baba. He said, I get very angry. Baba said, okay, do one thing, chant Bhagavad Gita every day. Whole Bhagavad Gita. So he chanted and his anger went away. Or, bole, I'm not getting money, so what shall I do? Or my husband or somebody is very ill, critically ill. Let's do one thing, you chant Durga Saptashati. Durga Sapshati. Durga Sapshati is so powerful. The 13 chapters are there in Sapshati, and Kavacham is there, Argala is there, Kilak is there, Kunjika Stotra is there. Ratri Sukt is there. If anybody chants, I am using such words because we don't know Rahasya of Upasana. So he is constantly propitiating that. Hiranyagarbha is called Durgaji. Don't worry about that. The congregation of big powers is Durga. And the power of Durga Sapshati is more than power of many bombs also, atom bombs also. He is constantly associating with that conscious powerful, that he is surrendering himself to me. That means automatically he will give his power to this. Wherever he is lacking, therefore at the end of Durga Sapshati, there are two people who did Upasana. One was Samadhi Vaishya, other was Surat Raja. So Durga ji came. Durga ji came means Hiranyagarbha came. She knew, बोले क्या मांगो भाई? Bhai, this is a natural thing. Somebody serves you. Supposing somebody is serving you. You are a mother, father, and your child or even servant is serving you. What does it mean? He says, my limited power is for you. He can only wipe the floor of my house. He is wiping the floor. He only make my bed. He is making my bed. Or he can make a cup of tea. Alright? He can make food. When you are saying he is doing something for me, it means that he is giving his power to me. ठीक है? नहीं ठीक है? Serving means servant is giving his power to me. Servant is giving his power to me. This is a cup of tea. This is the clothes. I have washed the clothes and I ironed the clothes. I have made the lunch today. I have made the lunch today. He is constantly giving his small power to me, one who has bigger power in front of the servant. This tendency to get happy if somebody is giving his small power has come from Hiranyagarbha. Then after that, when you are happy, you can say, okay, what you want, take this. I am your child's education, I will sponsor. Your clothes, I will sponsor. Or I have seen people putting the whole will in the name of somebody and excluding their children. I have heard these things. Same tendency, when I put my small, what can I do? I can offer flower. A little power is of offering flower. Little power is of offering the words. Therefore, I was telling yesterday that by chanting you will feel powerful. I think one day I was telling. By jap you will feel powerful. By praising also somebody you will feel powerful. If you have a brahmachar, you will feel powerful. If you have lived a life where you have not cheated, you will feel powerful. I talk bad about you, I will feel powerless. I overate, I feel powerless. I watch TV, I feel powerless for a long time. Okay? Okay. I, read mundane magazine, film fair. I don't know what else are there. I will feel powerless. Who is having a second divorce and who is marrying with that person, you will feel powerless. अब आप पता लगाओ कि क्या पावर बढ़ा देते हैं हमारी. Very, very big science is there around us. You serve anybody, you will feel powerful. You chant Guru Paduka Stotram, you will feel powerful. You feel, I am nothing, God is everything, you will feel powerful. A humble person is very powerful. Arrogant is powerless. This Hiranyagarbha Upasana is a Upasana of tapping the infinite power for me, for my sadhana, for my antakaran shuddhi, for Guru Upsakti, so that Guru stays with me, so that satsang stays with me.